I always thought, oh my gosh, Mr. Brilliant, that's such a cool name, like a superhero name or something like that. And I don't know how many of you have seen the movie Up. It's a Disney movie, but he always reminded me of the man in Up because he was very wise, but he didn't talk to a lot of people. And obviously he knew so many, but to a little child, he seemed very mysterious and very interesting. And as I grew up, I got the privilege to know him more. My little sister and I would always bake him cakes and cupcakes and different treats and bring them over to his house, various other meals. And as I started doing that, I got to know him better. And I found out that we shared a love of books. And I love reading, and he would, since I was little, he would always go on his walks. And when I was younger, it would always be bike rides. Every single day, he would get on his bike with his bathrobe, and he would ride around our street. And I would go to school every morning, and I would see him, and it would be just every single morning it would start that way. And then he would, after a point, he didn't bike anymore, but he always walked up until the end. He would always walk, and I would see him with his wonderful caregivers. And I would come up to him and I would tell him about the book that I was reading, or I would show him the book that I was reading. And one of the last books I showed him was Crossing Eden, when he happened to know the author, which of course he did. It was Mr. Brilliant. And I just remember I had such a good conversation about him, about the author, about the book, and that was one of my favorite memories of him. He had so many books, and I believe he told me it was a contingency, correct me if I'm wrong, that if anybody ever used something of his intellectual property, they had to send him a book. So he had this massive collection of books, and he gave me a few that I cherish in my library now. And he was just a very good man and wonderful to grow up the street across, so thank you.